Salute and welcome everybody to the Fighter Driver channel. I'm Gabriel Oliveira, the Fighter Driver, an enthusiast of motorsport and combat aviation, and I'll try to bring you videos about racing simulators as Gran Turismo 7 for starters, but later on, as soon as possible, Assetto Corsa Competizione, iRacing, Range Sport, and etc. I'll try to bring you videos about combat aviation simulations and games as well, such as BMS, DCS, War Thunder, and etc., according to my rig's capacities. The goal will be sharing my experiences and how they can be helpful to you as you go through similar situations. In this second video, I'll try to finish my first mission, which is starting a new account in Gran Turismo 7 with the goal of solely racing competitively in the sport mode and go through the least steps possible till the sport mode is accessible. We started this journey in the previous video, and if you haven't watched it yet, I recommend you to do so. The link for it is here on the top right corner and also in this video description. So get there first and then come back here to get the full story. For you guys about to start playing Gran Turismo 7 focused in the competitive sport mode, I hope this video may be useful, so weapons clear. In the previous video, we stopped after finishing the Café menu number 3, so now we must get to the menu number 4. We'll get our first competition in the campaign mode in High Speed Ring. Once we accept the challenge, we'll watch an introduction film. All competitions will have it before it starts, and they are pretty nice yet short, so it's fine. I sped it up a bit so we get right to the business. Once we get to the world circuits, the competition will be at the bottom, and as it's the first one, we get some instructions for us to understand how it works. Be prepared because the races will come in sequence and you can't stop to continue later, so do it when you have time to get it till the end. My Toyota Aqua won't be strong enough for this challenge, so let's pick the Renault Clio RS 220 Trophy 2016. I didn't do what I'll recommend you now, for I didn't remember this detail, but you can get tires for rain condition as the second race of the series will be under rain, but it can be done with the standard tires as I did as well. The thing is, if you decide to get the tires for rain, do it before you start the first race, it won't be possible after. First race, fast forward, no big deal. By the end of the first lap, you might have passed all the adversaries and be in position 1, so it's just bringing the car to the finish line. Next race, now we get the rain. As I told you, it can be done with the standard tires, but it won't be easy. So if patience is the key with races with rain, with the standard tires it will be much more important. Be careful with the throttle and brakes, anticipate your braking points and references, and be easy on them, something which is extremely difficult for me because of my control setup, but that's a different story. I'll come back to it later. Here again, you must finish the event at least in third overall standings, so you accomplish the mission. If you finish in first, even better. Extra car 1, in my case the Honda Integra Type R 1998, and more prizes. Now, menu number 5 will get Japanese FF cars. The Integra we won in the previous menu is one of the prize cars, so we need to get the 2 remaining ones, and the Integra is the car for this challenge, so use it. Tsukuba first and then Suzuka. Nothing special here, no need to tune the car, no change of tires, just race and finishing it at least third place. I won't bring the races here as it's not our goal. What I want is showing the steps we must take before unlocking the sport mode and race competitively. Now, for the menu number 6, we'll need to tune a Mini Cooper S 1965 for the European Sunday Cup that will come in the menu number 7. We need that Mini Cooper to reach 360 performance points or PP, and I'll try to get it spending the least money possible. So we'll need to get to the garage, change the car, and get to the tuning shop. I'll get the Sport Soft tires and the Stage 1 weight reduction, and actually it brings me to 370 performance points, which is more than requested, which could bring me a problem if the next challenge limits the PP to 360. And then I would have to reverse something. Let's see. Menu number 7, we must get 3 European hot hatches, and we'll use this Mini Cooper for the races. And here comes the trick, because for finishing first in those challenges, the recommended performance points is 400. So our car is actually underpowered. But I'll try to get the best result with it as it is. Let's get to the first race at Brands Hatch, fast forward the 2 first laps. But take a closer look to the third lap, because here we can see this car is really underpowered to the point that reaching even P3 is hard. Got P3 because the car is performing better on the turns for the better tires, the weight reduction and being very small, which makes it well balanced. But I almost lost the position right before crossing the finish line. So we can do something else and increase this car's performance points, PP, for we try to get P1. Again, I want the top performance with the least cost. So let's get this low RPM turbo, and it will bring us to 424 performance points, a little more than the recommended, but there's no maximum performance points limit. We can get it. Back on track, the same thing, 2 first laps sped up, closer look to the third lap. So now I can develop a little less speed than the cars in front of me, but overcome them on the turns, so the power I have now is more than enough to overtake them by the second turn, and then they're not able to catch me anymore. So we'll end up 2.3 seconds in front of them and get the first place. So when doing this car tuning for the menu number 6, you can do it already. Weight reduction stage 1, low RPM turbo, and soft sport tires right away. You will get way above the 360 performance points required, but it will save you some time for the menu number 7. After Brands Hatch, we'll get 2 more races at Alsace and Sardinia, and after finishing the challenge, we'll get the escapes and GT Auto unlocked. So now, menu number 8, we'll have to wash one of our cars in GT Auto. Luca will give us some basic explanation about how it works, then gives us the challenge. We'll accept it and get to GT Auto. Once there, Sarah will give us some other explanations and instructions, and we understand that, different from what Lucas said before, there will be some maintenance resources here, not only appearance or customization. Here we can see that we can wash the car, change the oil, overhaul the engine and the chassis, enlarge the fuselage, and even swap engines. For now, let's wash our car. We have then this taste questionable animation, but it's irrelevant to us. It doesn't really make much difference as long as it works. Mission accomplished. Menu number 9 and the final one we must accomplish before getting the sport mode on. It will be the Tokyo Highway Parade. The recommended car is the Honda Integra. We've used it before, we'll use it again. As usual, a short opening film. Let's get our car, but now I'll get the sport soft tires and then let's get to the event. The first race will start at dawn, so the sun will rise as the race goes on. Remember, you must finish at least on P3 overall, so try to get the first place so you get some margin in case it's not possible to finish P1 in the second race, and that's gonna be important as there will be rain on the second race. Again, I didn't get wet tires, do it before getting into the championship if possible, but it's possible to do it even without them. But it will require you caution and patience, especially during the second lap, as we'll see. The first lap will be no big deal, so we fast forward, but the rain will get heavier during the second lap and the grip will reduce drastically. You can see how I must be much more careful with the throttle and brakes here. As long as you're careful and don't push too hard, you'll be fine. Again, we get the results, the prizes for finishing first, gift cards, roulette tickets, and etc. Back to the cafe, we talk to Luca again, receive extra prizes, and all the sport mojo as well as the multiplayer mojo are unlocked. Mission accomplished, or not. Well, let's get to the sport mode and voila! First of all, we get some information about how it works, how your level increases as we get into the online races and so on. From now on, if you intend to race only in sport mode, you don't have to do anything else in the campaign mode, at least in theory. But in real life it will be a little different and we'll explore it on the third episode of this series coming next. I hope you liked this video, and if you did so, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the like button, leaving a comment telling me your opinion, your suggestions for further videos, and also share this content with your friends. And if you want to watch the episode 3 of this series and get to the sport mode, the online multiplayer mode with me, the most objective way possible, spending the least game money possible, click on the subscribe button and activate the notifications bell so you'll receive the notifications when the next videos come in the channel. I appreciate you who followed me so far, salute, and I see you on the next mission.